I'm Dexter. I'm here with Michael Rutter as a road racing professional in British Superbikes and Alaman TT, etc. Michael, as you might know, next year it's your 25th season as a professional road racer. I wanted to ask, how would you describe this 25 years?
Up and down, as you can say, but I mean, I've had a lot more up years than down, so, I'm very lucky really. When I started racing, obviously you go and do club racing, you do all those things, and you go through, and then eventually I was lucky enough to get paid to ride. Every time, when you get to like 28 or 30, you think, right, if I can get to like 31, 32 and still get paid and still do well, and it's gone on from there to I'm 40 years old now, and 25 years. It's going to be. I've ridden some different things and some different teams, but I feel like I can go, virtually anywhere in the paddock and walk into any team, and I'm friends with every team. So I've had everything we've tried to do and do the best what I could have, really.
That sort of leads me on to my next question. You've obviously ridden loads of bikes and raced for different manufacturers. Which bike did you feel was the best and why?
The problem is with that, it's such a difficult question to answer because you ride different bikes, different years, and you have good results, you have bad results.
Yeah. The most satisfying then?
If I had to pick out one that just sticks out, is when I seen my factory Honda in HRC Honda in
2004, 2005.
1998 at the TT.
Vince,
as an RC45 Honda, and it was just like, the bike was, you could see, I sat on it, and I'd been riding an RC45 in the UK, and it was nothing like my bike, and it was, anything what was the same, it was a Honda badge, and it was just a full factory bike. And that was the, amazing, it was my first real experience of a bike of that standard.
Cool. You've always been successful in British Superbikes and TTs, but what ambitions do you have left over the next few years coming?
That's the issue, really. I've done a lot of things. I'd love to have another go at British Championship again. Obviously, I don't want to. We struggled this year, but for loads of reasons. But I think we can do a lot better than we've done. I'd like to do the TT again. Because I enjoy doing the TT. I want to do the Northwest. I've won 13 Northwest now, the same as Joey. I love going back to the Northwest. It's and I'm looking at doing 24-hour racing as well. So
okay.
There's loads of different options out there. I'm very lucky in a way with Batham as my long-time sponsor. They're still behind me, and it helps me out to get a ride. Because it's very difficult.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Many races are now continuing past 35 and into their 40s racing. What do you attribute mentally and physically to you being able to do that still?
Obviously, it doesn't get any easier. It gets harder and harder, and to be fair, I think it's all down to how much you enjoy it, and we still, might not look it sometimes, but you have to enjoy it to come and do this. You're never going to be a millionaire out of it.
You went to GPs for one season in the late 90s. How did that come about, and why did you decide to go to GPs?
Basically riding for Honda, and at the end of the year they were all going ahead for the 99 season, and basically they just turned around to me and said that was the end, they were going to carry on the RC45, and I had nothing else really, which I had some offers but nothing what I really wanted. So I got offered by Mike Trimby. He said Joe Miller was looking for a rider and come and have a go. We knew it was the most competitive bike in the world, but we didn't realise how bad it was. It was 27 mile an hour down on speed, and against the V4s, and it was a bit of, with the size of me, you need to be a midget to race one, and we struggled, but I started every race. I didn't finish every race, wish I did, but I started every race and I wanted to do it, and I kept at it and did the whole season, so I'm glad I did it. You know, it didn't want the best career move for me, but it took a few years to recover from it, but I still enjoyed it.
Great. If you had to revisit a race or a final lap, which would it be and why? Or what would you do differently? That's a tough one. I think.
I basically wished. I've always tried to stop on things, and when I was riding the HM Plan Honda, you know, I made a few stupid mistakes where I should have settled for, you know, second or third, and you know, the only thing when you ride for Honda, if you were to win a race, that's all they're interested in. You know, finishing second, they ask you what's wrong, and I should have probably settled for seconds, thirds, you know, and sometimes I went for the race win, and you know, I crashed, and I think I could have won the championship if I would have been more consistent. But it's easy to say that because everyone can say that, I suppose.
Exactly. How have you found the new rules this year in BSB compared to previous years when you've ridden the Ducati and Honda, for example?
I think the rules, how they tried to do it, and the thought behind it was very good. I think cost-wise, it still costs exactly the same, if not more, because people have got to find other ways around it. You know, there was a lot of things going on in the year, and you still need like an electrician to, you know, a good electronics bloke to make the bikes work. So the cost's still there. It's just, you know, it's just very expensive to run a superbike.
I was going to ask you what have been the low points. What's been your lowest point and your highest point over those 25 seasons?
I think the highest point, basically, you know, when you cross that line in any race you've won, doesn't matter if it's been the Northwest T2 or BSB, you know, it's you can't beat winning. And the low points are basically, you know, the friends I've known through racing and they're not here. You know, that's the only low points really. Just the friends you've made, and some of them aren't here.
What would your ideal day be?
Ideal day.
Just a more sort of lifestyle question.
I think, you know, if this could carry on forever, but it never is. You know, it's always got to come to an end. You know.
Look at McWilliams.
You know, yeah. For me, you know, you just don't want to be wobbling around at the back, and you know, I'd say, you know, that really, that's you know, you just love it too. You wish you were 22 all the time.
And final question: what are your plans for next season?
Basically, I've been lucky. Really, I've had a few offers in World Endurance. I've had a few offers for the TT in Northwest. I even have some good offers for BSB. I've been very, very lucky as well. Lucky I've got Badham's behind me as well, which, you know, it helps having a sponsor behind you, which they've been very good to me the last few years. So I've got a few options. I just don't know what to do yet.
Okay, fantastic, Michael. That's very much.
No worries, mate.
No problem at all.
All right.
I'll